And yeah, this whole event is about inspiring the youth, letting them know that they can actually do it. And that is one hell of a moonshot, which is what our next speaker is going to talk all about. Marko Londa is going to do for us a guided moonshot micro workshop for students and everyone. He's a chief changemaker and co-founder at Moonshot Pirates, and he'll tell you all about that. Let's go.
All right. Thank you so much. What an inspiring story. You might be wondering, how do I even come up with a goal like Mansour did? How do I get there? How do I achieve such a goal? Well, this is the part, or this is the goal of this micro workshop, as Tilly just said, in this particular session. Before we start, already get some paper and pen ready. You will be needing it in a bit. Just about myself quickly, my name is Marko. I'm the founder of Moonshot Pirates, which is a global movement of young leaders that want to create the world that we all want to live in. So young people come together from all around the world. They learn about themselves. They learn how to think big, how to set big goals. They learn about technologies, and then they start working on their own ideas. And with those ideas, they want to create a better world for all of us. But as I said, this session now is all about you, so it's going to be very much interactive. And I want you, really, I'm going to challenge you to really, really think big. We want you to set crazy goals, moonshots, goals where people say, hey, this is impossible, you can't do that. Moonshots or goals that scare you. You might, where's the clicker? You might know this guy, Richard Branson. You might have heard of him, started an airline and a couple of other things. What he said is, if your goals don't scare you, they are not big enough. And that's exactly the level I want you to work at in this very session. Also to everybody at home or in the classrooms. Everybody's invited to join. So, Jessica in the first session already started with the things that we're going to do now. You already had to think about your goals in life. So I want you, again, remind yourself, what is the one big goal that you want to achieve in your life? Whether it's a personal one, something in your career, connected to school, whatever it might be. Please take a minute, think about it. And we've heard already somebody wants to work at NASA, somebody wants to be a musician. There might be people who say, I want to become an entrepreneur, I want to own a business. So I'm going to take you now a little bit further. And I want you to close your eyes for that. So everybody here in the room and at home, please sit comfortably and close your eyes. And I want you first simply to forget about all the limitations, all the limiting beliefs that you have in your life. When you think about goals, about big goals, thoughts might come up like, I don't have enough money to achieve that. I don't know the people. I don't have the support that will help me to get there. I'm not educated or smart enough. I tell you, forget about that. Think about life as if everything was possible. In life, everything is possible. That's a fact. If you set your goals big enough, I promise you, money will be there. Money will follow. You'll acquire all the knowledge and expertise that you need to achieve your goals, to achieve your dreams. You will have the people around you that support you. You will be able to pay them if necessary. Your family will be there to support you. Everything is possible. Now put yourself into that situation where you have all the resources that you need. Start from that place of abundance. Everything you need is there. Everything is possible. And now take that goal that you had before and put it into that situation. Look at it. Doesn't it seem rather small when everything is possible? I invite you to make it bigger. Go and make it double as big. Make it 3 times bigger. Make it 5 times bigger. Make it 10 times bigger. What would your goal look like if everything is possible? You know, when you say you want to work for NASA, why can't you become the head of NASA? When you say you want to play in front of 100 people, why don't you want to play in front of millions of people? Think about what makes you happy about it. What gives you this feeling of fulfillment when you think about your goal, when you think about achieving it? How does your goal make others happy around you? How do you contribute to others with what you have achieved? How can you impact even more people? How can you impact 1 million people with what you want to do in your life? Remember, everything is possible. And I want you to visualize it. See your goal in front of your eyes. How does it feel? How does it feel when you have achieved it? You're there, you made it. What are you doing in that situation? Who is there with you? Can you smell the surroundings? Where are you? What are you doing? Be in that situation. Can you see it? Now, I want you to open your eyes again. And I want you quickly to write it down on a piece of paper. Take that idea, write it down, or that goal. Write down that goal in 1, 2 quick sentences to have it written in front of you. Is there anyone in the audience, maybe here, who would like to share while the others are writing? Someone who wants to share their big goal. You're looking like you want to say something.
Well, my goal is probably to take care of my family, and if you set to dream bigger, then for generations.
Amazing, I love that. Thank you so much. So, who of you has the feeling now, okay, wow, this is an impossible dream, this is an impossible goal, who of you has the feeling it makes me a little bit uncomfortable? I have no idea how to achieve that. By show of hands. All right, I see quite a few hands. That means you're on the right path. So let me tell you why. 10x is easier than 2x. So what do I mean by that? 10 times bigger, thinking 10 times bigger, setting goals that are 10 times bigger is easier achievable than when you double the size of your goals in life. Why is that? Well, when we go and say, oh, I want to double the amount of money that I make, you usually set those goals based on what you have experienced in the past. So your past determines your present. Who you are right now is determined by what you have learned in the past, all the limiting beliefs, all the maybe bad experiences, the setbacks. But if you go and say, I have a 10x goal, I have a goal that is a moonshot, something completely crazy, something where I have no clue how to achieve it, then you can't achieve that goal with what you've learned in the past. So instead of the past, the future needs to determine who you are today, what you do today, and it determines the path to that 10x goal. So in the next exercise, we will go and look at the steps that you need to take to get there. And once you commit to that, let's call it action plan, to that roadmap, you will start doing the things that will get you to your 10x goal. And by doing that, it becomes like a filter, and you will get rid of the noise and all the fluff that's holding you back right now. So, and I want you now, take your piece of paper again where you've written down your goal. And I want you to write down the steps that are necessary to get there. And I want you to start at the goal, not where you're today, but start at the goal. And I will give you an example so it's a little bit easier. So, as I said, Moonshot Pirates, we wrote down this crazy goal of we want to impact 100 million people by 2030. 100 million people by 2030, yes. It sounds crazy. It makes me feel uncomfortable to share it. So how do I do that? Well, I know if I want to reach that goal, I need to have a vibrant community of young people that actually contribute to growth. Okay, how do I get there? Well, I need a scalable model. All right, one step further down. Well, I need content that adds value, and I need the technology for that. Let's look at technology. To get there, I need developers. To get there, I need to be able to pay them, so I need an investor. To get there, I need to build an MVP. So it's like, it gets easier and easier, and at some point you will say, wait, that's a step I can start right now at, and it will bring you closer to your goal. So go now, take your goal, you have 3 minutes, and start writing down the steps that you need to take to get to your 10x goal. All right, and let's start. So that was one step. Now, short additional exercise. Now turn to your neighbor, either on the left or your right, and share. Share what you've written down as your goal, and share what the steps are that you want to take towards that goal. All right, we take about 2 minutes, 1 minute each, and then we continue. All right. Now, how does it feel? How does it feel to talk about big goals in life? It's sometimes slightly uncomfortable, right? It's like, what will the other person say? I'm constantly running into the speaker here. What will the other person say? It's like, and then oftentimes when we share our dreams and goals outside, people will tell you, keep dreaming. Who do you think you are? No, that's exactly how it's supposed to be. So the stuff that we have done now, and this is based on scientific research, this is nothing that I came up with, those are the first steps that you actually need to take to get to your goal. There's even a book written called 10x is easier than 2x by Benjamin Hardy. Amazing book, I highly recommend it. But now, let me share some final thoughts. And I mentioned there, so we have done 3 steps already. Written goals, first important one. That's why we wrote down the goal in the beginning, so you can already check it off. And I know it might be not final, it might be not perfect yet. So I invite you to take that piece of paper, to take your goal and finish it at home. Think about it. Put in some time, put in some effort. But there's a dear friend of mine, Peter Sage. He started 21 companies before he turned 30. He's an extreme entrepreneur. He said, if you don't write down your dreams and goals, you will end up working for somebody who has. And for me personally, it's a huge motivation to follow that thought. Second step, commit to action. You started writing your action plan, your roadmap. Commit to that. I told you, it's going to be like a filter for the future. So almost done. Accountability partner. Well, you might have guessed it already. That's why I let you share with your neighbor. You need somebody who knows about what you want to achieve and who keeps you accountable. And that step is actually strongly connected to the fourth step, which is tracking, measuring your progress. So find somebody, could be that person who's sitting next to you, could be somebody completely else, who becomes your accountability partner, where you share your progress. Find a mode where you're able to share your progress. And at that stage, I would like to invite you to maybe find an accountability partner at Moonshot Pirates. It's a community of young people just like yourselves, 15 to 20 years old, who want to change the world. So feel free, this is an invitation, it's for free, it doesn't cost you anything, to go to Moonshot Pirates, join us on Discord, there's a Discord link somewhere, join us on Discord. We will be announcing our next programs early 2024. And yeah, just to sum up, 4 steps: written goals, commitment to action, accountability partner, and measuring the progress, tracking. So I would like to finish off with one final exercise. And for that, I invite you to raise your right arm, raise your right hand, here in the audience, but also at home or in the classrooms. Raise your hand. Everybody? Now turn to your right and tap your neighbor on his or her shoulder and tell them how amazing they are. Tell them how great they are. Okay, all right. Second round. Again, raise your right arm. And now tap yourself on your shoulder and tell you how amazing you are. I love the fact that this was almost the same volume level. Usually the second one is way more quiet. So that means you're already on a good path. The thing is, it feels uncomfortable. It feels great to tell somebody else, oh, you are great. But it always feels like, yeah, you know. So why is that? I just want you to know that you are absolutely amazing. You are great. You have set great goals in your lives. And you have everything that you need. You are good enough to achieve those goals. So with that in mind, I invite you to keep pushing for your dreams, to keep pushing for your big goal, for your moonshot, and always remember your future. Thank you.